Israel was one of the major states among the 20, 30 states that were involved after the Second World War in the idea of establishing a juridical body to bring to trial war criminals after what happened during the Second World War. And several Israeli international lawyers, the most famous being Shabtai Rosen, who later became an ambassador and a professor of international law, and Yaakov Robinson, both senior international lawyers in the foreign ministry, drafted the initial versions of the Statute of the International Criminal Court. Now, at the very beginning, Israel was one of the major countries very active in drafting the statute. As I said, we were very enthusiastic about bringing about a situation where major war criminals won't go unpunished. During the course of the conferences, of course, these are international conferences under the auspices of the United Nations, and politics comes into it. And the Arab states and other states utilized it and manipulated it in order to insert into the statute provisions that were deliberately directed against Israel. Absolutely not. The Statute of the International Criminal Court is limited to states, and states only, and states are very well defined in international customary law. If we were just to consider legal criteria, then the pre-trial chamber, the judges of the pre-trial chamber, can't really accept her claim that on the strength of General Assembly resolutions, there exists a Palestinian state with sovereign Palestinian territory. It just doesn't work legally. Clearly, any court, if it doesn't have jurisdiction, or if there are doubts as to whether it has jurisdiction, can't take on a case. And the International Criminal Court at the moment is not independent. It's dependent to a large extent on the United Nations and on pressures, political pressures.